Chat, is that time of the week? It's RLCS. We're back. We've got, what, Regional 2 for Europe. Last time was insane. Team Queso came out. They played a better version of Dignitas, and BDS got swept. Not only did they lose 4-0 to Queso and only put up 2 goals, they lost to Dignitas and didn't score a single goal. I don't think that's going to happen again. Also, for everybody who's putting out this slander with BDS, being like, BDS is washed, they suck. They've never not been top 3 this entire season. Y'all crazy. What also is crazy is Mountain Face 1 gifting a sub to Revert Clutch. Clutch, make sure you tell him thank you. We're over here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Lawler. We're hanging out. We're going to do some predictions today. We got Group A, B, C, and D, and we're going to run through the bracket. This should be tough. It always is with Europe, but let's get straight into it. We got a lot of stuff to do. Here we go. Guild, Luminosity, BDS, Resolve, Endpoint, EG, K-Corp, and Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers new. Guild also new. That's with CRR now and Yukio on that team. I'm thinking of Heroic. I'm thinking of Heroic. That is no longer Bluey. It is now CRR, I think. I can't tell. There's so many roster changes. Either way, Guild, Luminosity, BDS, Resolve. Guild's new. Stormtroopers is new. We've got 00 Nation, Dignitas, Misfits, and Vitality. Cookster's Minions, Navi is back, Semper, and Queso. Some of those groups look a little bit more difficult than others, but they feel pretty balanced, and we're going to continue to see that happen because they're taking 3 most recent results. Now that we have actually one of the recent results, not one that has been from like 3 months ago, is going to be good. So some new adjustments there. But yes, Guild is new. They have CRR instead of Bluey now. With that said, let's start these groups. We're going to start with Group A, go left to right. That is on the left side of the screen. And no, Heroic did not qualify again. Big heckin' sad. So, with that said, BDS versus Guild. I expect Guild to do pretty rough in this. Guild is weird to me because sometimes they look really good, and then other times I'm like, what are you doing? But it's so topsy-turvy. Probably my favorite game of this group is actually in the first round. Williams Resolve versus Luminosity. This one I'm actually really, really excited for because Williams Resolve to me is like your perfect team that like sits right in the middle. And I think Luminosity also has a chance to kind of push ahead. Last time Luminosity got the short end of the stick because Dignitas pooped the bed in their group. They ended up dropping to the lowers and Luminosity had to play them in lower round 1. Big heckin' sad. Hopefully they can avoid it this time, and hopefully some of these teams don't flop super hard. So, Williams Resolve Luminosity, I think, is possible to go to 5. Williams Resolve plays a really, really clean game. I just think that they need to mix it up a little bit. Foundationally, they're fantastic, but offense looks a little stale at times. Need to be a bit more creative. As for Luminosity, they were hot last time. I'm going to... gosh, I don't know. Already, I think it'll go to 5 based upon my humming and hawing. But who do I think wins it? You know what? I'm a big fan of Williams Resolve. I think we're going to go, even though I do think Luminosity will probably win it, I'm going with Williams Resolve. I'm going to go the opposite. I really am keen on that team. We'll see how it goes. BDS will probably beat Luminosity. Williams Resolve should do Guild. BDS, I think, is going to win this group and should. I think Williams Resolve put a pretty good fight, and then Luminosity will get their win over Guild. So, Guild is out, 0-3. BDS takes the number 1 seed. Resolve and Luminosity go down. Over to Group B. Endpoint Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers, if you guys do not know, Dead Monster, though, and Aslan, new addition, making their debut coming from the closed qualifiers. So, exciting stuff there. Endpoint, I think, is just a better team overall. K-Corp versus EG. I think EG is possibly going to play upset in this, but I hope K-Corp holds on. I want to see another strong performance from K-Corp. Last time, they did take second in the group. Who did they beat? A weak Vitality, and they went to close against Endpoint, and then they beat Navi 3-0. Navi doesn't count because we actually haven't seen this roster yet. Navi, if you guys don't remember last time, Virtuoso had all of the ping. There was a funny clip of him basically trying to play 2v3. It did not work. But ball was rubber banded playing pinball, and then they scored on a counterattack. It was actually really, really silly. So, Navi, we really haven't gotten to see. As long as the internet stays stable, hopefully we can get some results from them. But I would like to see K-Corp step it up a bit this time around. Endpoint versus EG. Endpoint usually wins that series. I will probably give EG 1 game off. No, probably 2. EG, for some reason, likes to play close series against teams like that. K-Corp Stormtroopers, I think they can probably 3-1 that. I don't know if I ever see K-Corp sweeping a team, which is kind of weird. Endpoint should also beat K-Corp. I could see them 3-0ing, honestly. And then EG Stormtroopers will probably go in favor of EG 3-2. Group C, Dignitas, Vitality, Misfits, and 00 Nation. Dig should close up this team. Vitality, Misfits. I expect Misfits to win. Also, I need to update this so they have their picture. What is Misfits under? Misfits Gaming. Now they have their logo. Not bad, Misfits. Dignitas should win that. I think Misfits will put up a good fight. Vitality, 00 Nation. Make or break for the group, huh? I think there's just too much talent on Vitality. Dignitas, Vitality, 3-0 Dig. And Misfits, 0-0. I think they'll give up a game. I think that's what I got. I really hope, really hope Dignitas pulls it together this time. Stop waiting to go through the lower bracket. That's a long run. Don't do that again. It's not good for your heart. I say that as someone who casts V1. Not ideal. Maybe I'm underrating 00 Nation a little bit, but I do honestly believe that Vitality should outperform. It really should. 00 Nation I do think is a little bit underrated, but I still see Vitality winning that one. We will see, because again, this is make or break for Vitality. Vitality has to perform in this regional, otherwise expect them to fall apart and be done after the split, straight up. Group D, Semper, Queso, Cooksters, Minions, Navi. For those that don't remember last week, 1, shame on you for not watching my recaps. 2, Queso. Basically looking like a team that can go toe-to-toe to Dig. They got praise a long time ago saying that Queso is one of the few teams that keeps up with us mechanically coming from Dig, which is a lot of praise. The other side of things is they, on offense, very rarely don't do the right thing. Their offense, to me, on Queso is impressive. Rise, I think, is probably the most underrated player on that team. Obviously, Vatir is absolutely cracked, and Joyo is no slouch either. Team Queso is a very solid team. I want them to recreate it, but it just shows that if you have the potential to go and win the whole thing, there's no reason you can't do it again. The question around Queso for me is, are they peaking, or is this just a team that is top 5 potential? I hope so, because I know they've been grinding. They did a really good job with scrimming teams when they're in towns for the major and everything. Like, they are very solid. This is not the Queso people remember in the past, the one that became giants and then fell off into inexistence and disbanded and etc. So Semper, Navi. Semper I would like to still consider a top 6 team and will beat Navi even with. I think Navi is a weird circumstance. I look at that team and I just go, okay, like there's talent, but like, will this be enough to be successful? Probably not. I think they are a 12 to 16 team at best, in my opinion. Queso, Cooksters, Minions. Queso should win that one. I think Growly and the boys will actually put up a pretty good fight. 3-1, I don't think will tell the true story of how that series goes. I expect that to be a little bit closer than people expect. Unless Queso just floodgates open and they just start scoring like crazy. Semper usually plays a close series against Minions. We'll give that. Queso, Navi. I think Queso also wins that one probably 3-0. I think Queso is just too much for Navi when it comes to like aggression. And then Semper, Queso. I'm actually going to give to Queso. I think they can redo it. I think Queso, without a doubt, is a top 5 team. I think they look so good right now. I want them to do it again. This is me just being biased towards it. I want it to happen again. I want more teams in the top. If top 4 EU could be BDS, Dignitas, Endpoint, and Queso, and then like Queso and Semper are fighting for that spot, oh, I'd be so happy. I'd be so happy. Cooksters, Minions, Navi, huh? New Navi or Cooksters, Minions? You know, I'm going with Cooksters, Minions. That'll be a fun one though. This will be a really fun match. Decider match to end it, probably. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be a good match. That's what I got. That's what I got for groups. Let's take a look at the playoffs. These are all filled out. Gotta undo that. Sorry, guys. I'm leaking the script. I apologize. I leaked the script. BDS, Queso, Endpoint, Dig. The way things should be. Again, that's me. That's my hopeful top 4. Fingers crossed. On the other side of things, K-Corp, Luminosity. That's a big test for Luminosity again. Misfits, Minions, Resolve EG. We'll just do that because Resolve has beaten them in every tiebreaker and everything close for a while. Semper, Vitality. I think Semper is getting gifted one there. Unless Vitality lower bracket buff comes into play, but Misfits, probably 3-1. K-Corp, Luminosity. Is it going to happen to Luminosity again? Do I think LG is that team? I know the potential of K-Corp. Who knocked out K-Corp last time? They beat Semper, lost to Dig. You know what? No. Y'all stop it. Stop it with this slander. They beat Semper. Or is that more of a testament to Semper? Oh, God. Europe, why you do this to my brain? LG's cracked. Why'd they lose to Dig? I'm just kidding. Dig's top 2 team. You know what? Fine, chat. Luminosity's going to get dealt a really tough hand, and this time they're going to get through it. It's tough, but it's not Dignitas tough. I mean, let's look at that series. How'd it go? 6-1. Ow. 3-0. 2-1. 2-1. Okay, so they did settle into this series. Chat, come Friday. This is on you, chat. This is on you. And if you win, then I'm a genius for making the decision to change it. Either way, I win. So this is going to be our top 8. Top 8. This is day 2. This is Saturday's matches. Luminosity, Misfits. Is Luminosity better than Misfits? I don't think so. Misfits hasn't been as dominant, but like they're still beating Dignitas at times. Misfits dropped to Singularity. How? That's a coin toss. I'm gonna give it to the long-term consistency. Luminosity's got to prove it. Luminosity's got to prove it first. Williams Resolve, Semper. I think Williams Resolve could upset here, but I'm gonna give it to Semper in 3-2. I think that'll be close matches. I think Semper should win that one. Something Bosch. I don't even know what that means. I just know they've been tweeting it a lot. Maybe it means something. I don't know. Speaking of chat, what the heck does Bosch mean? I have no idea. Can somebody help my boomer brain explain? I have no idea what it is. That's all I get is I'm like, yo, what is this? And then they just say the word again. BDS Queso. Ooh, a rematch right away. I don't think it's going to happen again. Queso from the lowers. We'll see what happens. Endpoint Dig. I do think Dig is a better team. Probably 4-1 on that one. Which makes for some lower round matches, which are pretty exciting to end the day. Queso Misfits. I think Queso does live up to the hype and beats Misfits pretty convincingly, actually. And then Endpoint Semper. I do think Semper is a better team at times, but Endpoint is a more consistent team. So we're going with Endpoint. We then go to our final day, our top four. Top four, Queso, Endpoint, BDS Dig. Pretty sure BDS Dig is the first match. BDS bounces back in a nail biter. We then have Queso win, and we get a rematch. Dig Queso. Bosch used to mean hit someone something, or would be like, Boshed it, job's done. Oh, like, oh, you muffed it up, you hecked off. It's kind of like it's chalked, possibly. I don't know. I still don't understand. Hickin' slang. Oh, more like you nailed it. Like, oh, like it's money on point. Something regarded as absurd or nonsense. So like Queso winning back-to-back regionals is Bosch. I'm so confused. Either way, Dignitas Queso. I think Dignitas gets the revenge or 2, and then BDS gets theirs. BDS shows finally that they can get a W. This is gonna be the time that BDS actually wins. By how much? 4-2. No, 4-3. I want it to be close, at least. BDS never wins regionals until now. BDS, everybody's talking about how bad they are. They're only top 3 every single time. They're awful. They're falling off. They're the worst. Oh my God, BDS, it's in shambles. Make a roster change. Blah, blah, blah. And then they immediately come back and win the whole thing. It only took them 5. It took them 5 regionals to finally win one as the best team in Europe. That's how they did it. That's what it's going to be. Recap of the bracket. BDS doesn't lose a single series. They go the perfect 6-0, except for they lose the first. So they go 6-1. Not too bad. Not too bad. Dignitas drops only to BDS. Okay. I can see it. We'll see. We'll see. I could see a couple differences. Maybe Williams Resolve plays some upsets. Maybe finds a cheeky top 6. I could also see Luminosity possibly beating because Misfits losing to Singularity is of concern. But again, only 1 week. It has been another 2 weeks since. Some changes, some adjustments, maybe back on the consistency train. Again, that's always the focus. Some of these massive upsets should not be happening. I need it to be proven again. Show me that it is going to happen multiple times. That's what I got. All right, chat. All right, YouTube frogs. That's going to do it for my predictions. Again, the difficulty with predictions, even though the comments tend to forget this, it is impossible to predict the finals bracket when I literally haven't seen any of these teams play in a couple weeks. It's just straight up impossible. So normally, if you guys would like to see my actual predictions with thought behind them, come over to twitch.tv/Lawler. We're going to do watch parties for these matches. We'll be hanging out from match to match, making predictions with chat. I'll give my thought opinion based upon what I've seen in the previous matches about why I think these teams are going to win. And at the end of it all, you can see why I'm ultimately going to be right. I'm just saying. It's like it's right here. Wasn't even worried. I knew G2 was going to win the regional. I predicted it. I know what I'm talking about, and sometimes it's purely luck. That's not the point. Either way, that's going to do it for the video today. If you guys do enjoy the content, as always, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, notifications, and we hope to see you in the next one. Questions, comments, concerns, as always, down below. Links to bracket, everything you guys need. Also, if you guys want to use that spreadsheet I was using, Adam Core on Twitter. Go to Adam Core RL, I'm pretty sure it is. If you need to make adjustments, you can always do that in the third and final thing, or come ask me, and I will teach you how to make adjustments on it. But we're out of here. Chat, say goodbye. Spam your cutie emotes. Is that a Pokemon? What's that? Quag something? What is that? What is that Pokemon? What's the name of that Pokemon? Dessert. What's that Pokemon called? Quagmire. Quagsire. Isn't Quagmire from Family Guy?